How about that cigar?
How about that cigar?
Dude, I can't even. That voice, I can't even. All right, so guys, normally at this time I say, hey, it's Tuesday night. It is not Tuesday. Don't check your calendars. It's not Tuesday. Everything's all right. Don't call the police.
We're okay.
Don't report an emergency. Everything's okay. Step away from the phone. If you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube right now, guys, share us out to your favorite Facebook cigar groups. Thanks so much for joining us here in the Drew Estate Cigar Studios for How About That Cigar Live, episode number
83.
83. Unbelievable. Episode number 83 of How About That Cigar Live. A very special episode, like they used to say back in the day on Must See TV.
Oh,
a very special Frasier. This is a very special HBTC Live.
HBTC.
So, guys, thanks so much for joining us. As always, share in the comments what you guys are drinking and smoking along with us. If you have questions along the way, please put those in the comments as well. Guys, it is crazy. This is Lazonapalooza. We have been taken over by Lazonapalooza, and we're excited about it. We're happy about it. We're ready to get things going. We're not going to wait any more. We're going to dive right in. We are honored to be a part of Lazonapalooza 2020. Please welcome to the show the crew from Espinosa Cigars. Let me bring everybody on screen. Jack Tarano, Hector Alfonso, Richie Otero, brothers. Welcome to How About That Cigar Live.
Woo!
Thank you so much for making us a part of the Lazonapalooza Takeover 2020.
First of all, that intro music, wow, that is some Miami house dance shit right there.
Right?
That was something. You hit that right on. First of all, I'd like to, on behalf of Eric, I'd like to thank you guys for accommodating us, changing your night to accommodate us on a Wednesday. We really appreciate it. And we know that you guys have been trying to get to Lazonapalooza, but, you know, I know times are tough. You guys were just starting out last year. Obviously, with COVID this year, we threw a monkey wrench in everybody's plans, but we definitely wanted to keep you guys a part of it, make you guys a part of it. So here we are. Thank you so much, and hope that we make it worth your while, because you guys really hyped the shit out of us. I don't know if we can live up to that hype, Jack.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. It was quite the intro.
I know over the past year,
it's downhill from here, guys.
Crazy year, you guys have been on more podcasts than. Damn it!
You guys have been on more podcasts in the last 5 days than a lot of cigar companies do in a whole year.
Oh, for sure.
But that's a great thing, because you guys have a great event, coming up. It's a little bit different, it's obviously, because of COVID and everything, we can't all be together. But I think it's really cool what you guys are doing. I've tried as much as I could to listen to you guys on the other podcasts for a couple of reasons. One is, I love listening to you guys talk about your, what you guys are doing with Espinosa Cigars. But I also want to make sure that we don't ask you guys the same questions over and over and over again. So that's one of the big reasons.
I told Hector yesterday that after this week, you guys aren't going to want to see us for a while.
Listen, this is like old school antibiotics. We're gonna take them one a day for 10 days, then we're out. We're gonna knock this drip out, So we're not Zeke packing here, all right? We're gonna do one a day for 10 days, and if you stain yourself, come back and we'll do another 10. All right, so let's that's what we're doing.
Espinosa Lynn.
I like that.
Yeah. It's the Espinosa pack.
So,
excuse me.
Let's go around the horn and tell. So you guys, thank you so much for sending us some lovely cigars to enjoy along with you on the show. And I'm firing up the.
Here we go.
I'm firing up this beautiful 601 Black.
Richie, your mic is muted, buddy.
Oh, we got you.
Yeah, I got you.
Hang on.
Yeah, there's a little background noise. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm sorry about that.
Because they can choose to mute themselves.
Yeah, Richie is muted.
Yeah, when you find your unmute button there.
This could be fun for a while. We could make this an event. We could make this a...
Hector, are we on?
Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Yeah, you guys saw. I know Matt saw us because he made a comment. Oh, they'll sound great tonight on our show. Wait, look, man. That's,
Yeah.
Me and Jack do it.
Jekyll is, are we on?
And Richie's gone.
Richie's gone. He'll be back.
Yeah.
How did you do that? Can you show us how to do that? That was incredible.
Give him the waiting room when he comes back.
I could boot him, but he booted himself.
Oh, we're learning. Jack, the Heckle and Jekyll show is a simple 2-computer show. We don't have a slide or intro music or anything like that.
They tried to gussy up our show today and screwed everything up.
We screwed everything up. But hey, you know what? It was fun. So it was better that we did it today because tomorrow's the big deal. So
Tomorrow's prime time. You got to be ready for it.
I have complaints about tomorrow already, Jack, but we'll get to those later. Okay.
Oh, wow.
From
We
who?
can never make everybody happy.
Can you give me a clue, like from who?
No, I can't say from who, but just, there's somebody that's been sitting somebody's already in the Zoom waiting for tomorrow.
Well, they'd be sitting in our warehouse.
No. But
Lazonapalooza starts Thursday, and people start showing up Monday and Tuesday.
I understand that. And then I'm getting a lot of, what time do the festivities start? Like nobody reads the email. You don't know how much that drives me crazy.
Nobody.
You compose the email and then nobody reads the email. Hey, is this a Lazona link? Are you kidding me? All right.
Oddly enough, Alan Rubin is yet to appear in the chat room.
It's early.
There, he's back.
But Chrissy Critchfield is in there.
Chrissy never missed.
Chrissy never misses a show, man. She's immortalized with our blue tape on the wall.
Richie, say hello so we know we can hear you. Nope.
Dong, ding,
Technology is not Richie's friend tonight.
No.
All right. So while
Richie's using a special little Havana Wi-Fi.
Jack, can you tell us what you're smoking tonight?
The 601 Black.
Number 151.
I was dying to try it, and Hector was kind enough to give me one. And hopefully,
that's 150 pounds.
Through all the stash over there. 601 Black is now my favorite cigar. So,
Richie, we still can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is really bad, Richie. You're breaking up really bad.
And for anybody who hasn't seen, if you haven't seen any of the podcasts that these guys have been on, just know that it's a shit show.
And it's in the best possible way.
And it is a good time. It is the best possible shows.
The bionic hand.
Thor wants to talk about the bionic hand already.
The bionic hand is here.
Please don't snap your fingers. Don't snap your fingers.
Oh,
damn, we're all dead. Well, half of us are dead.
No,
Richie?
that didn't work either. Richie's still there.
Yeah, Richie, you might as well log off and log on again, brother.
You guys.
No.
well, we get a little bit from you, Richie.
I hear like every fourth word.
Yeah, it's like going through a Carl's Jr. drive-through.
Listen, sometimes when you have a litter of puppies and you have an albino one, you have to put them down.
Richie's been waiting all week. To get on one of these shows. Now.
Sometimes you have to euthanize one of the puppies. So
the run of the litter is going down in about 5 minutes.
Somebody needs to go and have a custom T-shirt made that says "albino puppy."
Albino puppy, yeah.
With Richie's face on it.
Can if he sounds like he's in a car wash? Listen, Dominus ominous.
Richie, go home, buddy.
Richie, sometimes what you can do is you can lower the resolution of the camera.
Yep.
And that's good. Look what you did there.
That's perfect.
Guys, I think it's going really well. What do you think?
Yeah, Curtis, I think Richie is on dial-up. Richie's
on dial-up.
He's on America. He's on AOL.
Richie, do you have mail?
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, did you enjoy the play?
Richie's coming into us live from an Atari.
Son of a bitch.
Check to
We
make
can
sure
never. When are we going to do one of these shows which is professional from front to back? When?
Make sure the phone receiver is all the way connected to the
Hold
section.
hold on. He's trying to electroshock the gerbil over there. He's trying to get the gerbil back on the wheel.
You know, the plus side when Richie asks us why he's not on any of these shows, we
This
have
is the reason. And this is why you're not on the shows. That Hialeah, you can't have that Hialeah Wi-Fi. That just doesn't work out for you. Hey, there he is.
yeah, but it's the sound.
Can we hear you?
That's almost an advantage for us. We're doing all right.
We cannot hear you.
We can't hear you, Richie. You're going to have to log off and come back on and try again.
Reset your phone.
Cellular or
Throw
Wi-Fi?
it into the yard. Throw your phone into the yard. Reset it. Then
No, dude, get off of Wi-Fi.
He disconnected. He's
Yeah,
disconnected.
he's gone again.
listen, I'm going to tell you guys, don't feel bad. You don't have to let him in. All right, let's move on.
Let's start the show.
Let me replay the intro video.
Ooch, ooch, ooch.
All right, Hector, what are you smoking tonight, brother?
I am smoking the Warzone. The new Warzone.
I haven't had the new Warzone yet.
I included it in your pack, correct?
You did, yeah, and
Yeah,
I
you
can't
did.
wait
I
to get to
did.
that. That's next, if we get there.
The new Warzone. And let me tell you something. It's a very dangerous to smoke in Miami right now. Almost as dangerous as getting Richie on a podcast.
Nope.
We can't hear you, Richie. Check your click on the gear icon and check your mic settings and make sure you're selected the right microphone.
Or
It's a beautiful ceiling fan, by the way.
Here at the Home Depot. All right. We're never gonna make the next step, Jack. Never gonna take that next step.
You think there?
You think Puente goes through this?
We're 15 minutes in. I think he's farting.
Yeah, Richie, it's still when the audio actually works, we can only hear about every fifth word. It's
And
super
usually
choppy.
Yeah, it's like donkey porn. I don't know what that sounds like.
All right, hold on. Can Richie hear us? Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
he can hear us.
Oh, he
Well,
can
that's
hear
cool.
He can hear us.
You're gonna do the whole mute thing. Just you nod and give us a thumbs up, and there we go. And smoke, and there you go. All right,
All right.
we fixed this. All right, let's move
Here
on.
we go.
Let's move on.
and hopefully it'll just take care of itself.
It'll take
Another
care.
ceiling fan.
And we know that Richie is also smoking the 601 Black tonight.
Yes, he is. You can tell because as he's fat fingering the buttons on his phone, you can see the band on the cigar. That was very cool. We're a very brutal bunch.
It's love. It's all love.
Well, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having us. We'll see you guys soon. We've already we shot our load trying to get on, So, all right.
Richie, aren't you at the house like of a neurosurgeon? Tell him to upgrade his Wi-Fi, dude.
Or if you're using your phone, just go to cellular.
Go to set. Well, he's on a plan. He's on it.
Oh,
He's using those WIC
got
minutes
that plan.
on that plan, dog.
You need that unlimited.
He's got a jitterbug. Yeah.
I hear you, Richie. No, I did hear you, and now I don't hear you again.
We don't even hear you at all now.
That's the hiss from Garrett's lighter.
All right, we're gonna have to cut Richie out of this show, dude. I feel bad for Richie, but
Yeah, Richie, we might have to
we might have to cut you loose, Richie.
we might have to bump you. If you can find a laptop or something like that, then that might cure the ills. But I think the iPhone is not playing nicely.
Or maybe like a ColecoVision.
Sorry, brother.
We can't hear you, Richie. We can't even hear. No, we're not even getting every fifth word now. We're getting nothing.
Let me ask you, do you guys have TTY?
What?
Okay. All right.
See,
Listen, condolences to Richie.
Hey, you guys said you didn't want a show like any other. You got it.
You got it.
We did.
that's right. That's right.
What time is it? 9:16.
And that'll do it.
And that'll do it. Thank you so much. They forgot what we're on for.
See you guys next time. We're gonna kind of go off of the beaten path a little bit because, like we said, you guys have been on a lot of shows recently, and we obviously we want to talk a lot about Lazonapalooza because that's why we're here. It's a great event, and it's Espinosa is a cigar company that I've been a fan of since a very long time. So, and it's not even before I was in even cigar media, just my consumer hat on, I was a Espinosa fan, pure and simple. And so we want to talk about Lazonapalooza, a little bit about the origins of Lazonapalooza, where it came from, what the event this year is going to be like virtually. And then we're going to go off the beaten path and just kind of have some conversational questions that'll mix it up a little bit and give us something different to talk about.
Absolutely, Garrett and Matt. I'm sorry, but that's what we had brought Richie on. He was going to cover that.
Hector and I have been covering that for 3 days. We
No
brought Richie on to do that shit.
All right, we're here. We're here for you.
Well, Garrett was going to ask about donkey porn specifically.
Nice.
So, but we'll get to that later.
We'll get yeah.
And here we are. Alan Rubin is watching.
Alan Rubin is in the building.
Da, da, da.
Now you know you've made it.
It's Groundhog Day.
I know. We get Alan Rubin in the comments, and I feel like the show is a success. Really, no matter who's on, I feel if we get Alan Rubin,
that can't be the barometer.
Well,
Now you're just lying.
I'm going to tell you what. I couldn't go to bed last night right away. I was jacked up because you know how when I get angry, I get jacked up. I can't sleep, and I was kind of jacked up yesterday. I've been jacked up the last couple of days, so I started reading into the reviews. I got to give him credit. He does post a lot, but he does ask good. He does make good statements.
He does. He absolutely does.
He does make good statements. So that's the last nice thing I'm saying, Alan. Let's move on.
And there isn't a topic he doesn't know about.
He's an oologist. He fits in with us.
Oh, Q is already making old jokes about me.
He is.
That's not fair, Q. I still got a prize package to mail out to you. And
is that Quentin Thornation?
Yeah.
Something happened. He's changed. He's become kinder and gentler.
I'm sure wherever he is, he's shirtless.
That's a look. It's not a good look, but it's a look.
Well, and it's interesting because Q and a couple other guys, we used to have trolls on our show, and we haven't had our trolls in a while, and I kind of miss our trolls a little bit.
Well, right now you don't know it, but you have one of the world's greatest trolls on your screen right now. Jack Tarano is possibly one of the world's greatest trolls.
I love it. I love it.
Known to throw a grenade into a chat and just sit back and watch.
Oh yeah. Throw the Michael Jackson pop.
When there is a good Facebook debate going on,
or
and
war,
it kind of is dying down, you need to throw something in there to get them going again, and I'm there to help. I'm there to help.
Yeah. He provides a service.
Q says he's actually shirtless.
Can you imagine? The poor neighbor. That guy who lives next door to Q going. Every day my neighbor insists on coming out and mowing. Oh, let's see. Can he talk?
No.
Damn
it. We can't hear you, Richie. Richie, I love you.
Go home, brother. Go home.
I'm sorry.
He's done. Wow.
I wish you could be on, but it's just not
working.
No.
That's not one bullet right behind the skull. That's how it goes. One behind the skull. A 22. It won't pop out. It'll do the damage. Go ahead.
It's not
all
you.
Right, on with the show. On with the show.
So that famous shirtless photo from this past year where Q was at Ristafari. I was the guy right next to him with nipple hair like right here. And it wasn't awesome. It wasn't
like the basketball scene in Along Came Polly.
Yeah.
Where you had that
100%.
I love that scene. You want to put your shirt back on, please?
You know, I know he's been to Lazonapalooza and I've seen him at other events, but I think Q found his tribe at Ristafari. I think
for sure.
he found his tribe at Ristafari.
Ristafari.
And I heard the beard neck throws a good party too.
Yeah,
I heard that's a hell of a party.
it really is a great.
Because you haven't lived till you partied with a Macedonian. That's the only way I can tell you. I know. I know they have meat, and they're killing animals around the back of the house. I mean, I know it. They're not going to the butcher store. They're massacring shit in the back.
But they have these little honey Satan balls that you cannot put down. You cannot stop eating.
These little pastries, pastries that are soaked in honey. They sit in these little foil cups all day. And
gosh,
dude.
Yeah. And when people come here from Macedonia, they reach out to Risty's mom to
wow.
Well, it's probably a very.
I'm glad you didn't end it.
Me too. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you did that. Yeah, I'm glad, bro. Well, you know what? I'm sure that that's not a surprise. All ethnicities kind of when they're small populations. You know, Cubans when they first got here, they all reached out and networked. You know,
they all reached out to my mom.
All right, we're losing. If you want to throw Jack off too, you can go ahead and get Jack off the shit too.
Not a chance. Not a chance. All right, so we're actually going to talk about Lazonapalooza.
Okay.
We're actually going to talk about the 2020. The virtual version of Lazonapalooza, because it's been just such a strange year, and you guys really aren't the only company that's had to bob and weave and make changes based on the environment that we live in right now. And Lazonapalooza has really kind of organically grown. It on its own, just through fan support. So give us an idea, kind of the humble beginnings of Lazonapalooza, and why you started the event in the first place, and kind of the way that it's, like I said, organically grown over the last couple of years.
Well, the first Lazonapalooza was 8 guys in a booth at Denny's. That's how that's our first Lazonapalooza. Actually, Lazonapalooza, this would be the 4th year Lazonapalooza. Is it the 4th? Yes, the 4th year. The conversation for Lazonapalooza started a couple of years prior, where, Eric has built this company on, and he's made no qualms about it. He's built this company on relationships and social media. If you're going to build the company on relationships and social media, once the company gets to a certain level, you have to start, paying back. And it's not just with cigars and events. So his idea was, let's host the movers and the shakers. I don't think we want to call them. I don't think influencers is the right word, because there's such a highbrow connotation to influencers. But he definitely wanted to reach out to the people who make Lazona move, and who move our stuff through social media, through photos, through commentary. And it started with just 100 people, and it went from 100 to 125 to 150, and this year he was expecting to have 200 people. We were right at the point where we're outgrowing our warehouse as a place to host the event. And as Jack was telling you guys, while we were going through the panic-stricken Richie Riot moments a few moments ago, Jack was telling you, Lazonapalooza is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Lazonapalooza, for some people, starts Monday. Last year, we had several guys who showed up in town on a Monday. Some came to the warehouse for a little while. Some found themselves a cigar store to hang out in. And that's what they did. They came down to Miami. They hung out at a cigar store. They're getting away from cold weather. And they just wanted to be here. And, the guys who come to the warehouse early, a couple days early, we put them to work, and they're happy to go to work. They want to be a part of us. And, it's the growth. It's very organic, as you were saying. Listen, I've never seen anybody come to Lazonapalooza with any high level of pretension. because we're not pretentious people. We're really down to earth guys. Eric is a down to earth guy. Jack's a down to earth guy. Junior, myself, Richie, who came on last year, the girls, we're all very down to earth people. We're blue collar guys. You know, yeah, we live in Miami, and there's a lot of that. Oh, Miami, but still, we work and we're happy. You know, we're proud of what we got, and we want to share it, and people want it. People want to be a part of it, and I'll tell you, even though it's not my cup of tea in the sense of it's just so many people, and you have to give it's not that you have to. They deserve it, the attention. They want to talk to you. I'm still awestruck. 9 years in February that I've been in the industry. And I'm still shocked that anybody wants to spend 5 minutes talking to me about anything, because I know myself and I'm not that interesting. Okay. And I'm not Jack. I don't have the great stories or the wild stories like Eric, and I don't do jokes, but people want to come and sit and talk to me. People want to talk and talk to Jack. People want to walk up to Eric and go, "Where do you remember me from?" And Eric will look at him like, "Oh, wait a minute. You were in a shop I saw you in a shop in Oklahoma 4 years ago. Hey, how's your wife?" And you were having a baby. The incredible recollection. Richie's only been on with us 1 year. So, I mean, Richie brings his own thing. Obviously talking on shows is not it, but communicating on shows is not it. But Richie brings his game too. There are guys who love Richie. I mean, absolutely love Richie. And, that's who we are. That's, we're just there he is. Richie's commenting. We're like the little cigar company that could.
What does woo mean?
Woohoo! I think he's trying to spell.
No, I think he's saying wow at Hector's comment.
I think, or maybe he's harking. He's inside joke. But this was the show that had to go on, because there was no way that you could not have this event in some way or form, and just recover from it next year. And look, our guys, the people who have been here through COVID with us, the people who helped us during COVID, we helped them during COVID, and we did events and Zooms. You know how many, we've been doing Zooms since March now. All of us are Zoom masters, Right. Well, not Eric. Eric is still not a Zoom master.
And not Richie.
And obviously not Richie. But Eric is still not a Zoom master. But you want to see a guy who did a bunch of Zooms? Eric, there was a time Eric was going Zoom with me.
We did the NFL draft show, which we were on for 3.5 hours.
Yep.
Were you guys on that with us?
They were on. Yes,
you guys were on that with us.
I was on there 3 times.
Yeah, he covered.
Eric finished the 3.5 hour NFL draft show and jumped on another herf till 3:30 in the morning.
And yet, we can't get him to sit still for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him.
If you watch the trial run, his phone was going off every 2 seconds today.
And
my heart is still broken and upset about the drafts. The Green Bay Packers had the worst draft of any team in the NFL. I can't.
Well, but you should be happy that because of them drafting a quarterback, Rodgers is having a pretty damn good year. So
that was fire under his ass for sure.
That's a little fire under his ass. But anyway, look, Eric wanted to be a part of a draft show. Jack's a guy. Look, Jack's my friend. Jack wants to be embedded at 9 or 10. He wants to shut down. He shuts down connections at 9, goes to sleep around 10. I wake up early. I go to work. I have to get up at 5 to be at work at the station at 6. But yet here we were, because we did everything in our power to continue to connect with our people, because they were always there for us and they wanted us. How do you not connect with them, And I think you'll look back in a year or so when, things eventually get back to normal, and there will be some stores that don't make it, and there will be some brands that might not make it. But the ones who were ready for this, or the ones who jumped on this format and thrived, are the ones that are still that will continue to thrive. That's just my.
So give us a little taste of, for those of us who haven't been to this event, what somebody could expect to experience.
Go ahead, Jackie.
with this Zoom event?
No. With the live.
Yeah, let's go back to
Lazonapalooza.
the live events.
The live events.
There's a whole list.
It's incredible food, a lot of cigars, a lot of alcohol, a lot of bonding, a lot of people getting to know each other that they've only known really through social media, a lot of relationships. were kind of built at Lazonapalooza, which is Eric's got a bunch of stories of people that he comes across that are like staying at each other's houses when they travel. Those people met at Lazonapalooza, and it blows him away.
Eric goes to do an event.
What can you expect aside from that? Anything.
Eric goes to do an event in Philadelphia. He looks in the crowd. There's a guy from Maryland who drove to Philadelphia. Next to him is a guy from Palm Beach. Well, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm staying with him. We met at Lazonapalooza the year before last, and now they're friends. Listen, Eric doesn't skimp on food. He doesn't skimp on we have a great connection with our beer guy, Ralph Kaufner. Always has beers. Always has a beautiful beer made there. I think she was Wonder Woman for a couple of years, serving beer. The food is constant, and what you will get, that I'm sorry and apologize in advance, is you're going to get some pretty bad karaoke, and you're going to get some tone deaf singing. But that's Eric
and the owner of Benchmade passed away this year. So, or was it this year or after the end of last year? He passed. But we have a great relationship with Les, and the amount of Benchmade knives that we were giving away in raffles, and one of the funny moments last year was it was Eric, myself, and the guy from Benchmade doing raffles, and he had his box that he had sent to us, and Eric, without looking in the box, just bought the box out. So he would just tell me, grab another knife to do the raffle, and then when I grab one, he starts calling out the number, and Les tells him, that's that knife right there was meant for you. It's one of a kind and worth thousands of dollars. And I looked at Eric and I said, I can swap this out right here. And Eric said, no, we're giving it away. And I think he regrets it.
Listen, but he took the high road.
Hey, listen, Hector and I wouldn't have given it away.
No. I'd have been on the show showing you my $1,000 Benchmade.
Yeah.
That's
look how pretty it is.
Well, and there is really something about
TSA took it from the guy that won it, by the way. No.
Well, there's a TSA guy with a really nice knife up there.
Yeah. I bet a lot of TSA guys have some pretty nice knives.
Yeah.
Listen, Jack's been coming to Lazonapalooza since the inception of it. But Jack was like a god. You guys have godparents or godchildren?
Yeah.
Having godchildren are great. You go over, you jack them up, and then you leave after a couple hours.
Yeah.
Same thing. Jack would get there, rile people up, and then he was out. Now he has to stay the whole night.
I got to be there the whole time.
It's like the political conversations on Facebook. When they start getting kind of dull and falling off a little bit, you go in there, throw a little gasoline on the fire, and then FO.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I love having. I really enjoy having the media guys there, because they, I've become friends with all these guys, and and it's not about pushing cigars and shit. We sit and I do like that media talk. And now since Jack and I are media,
well, I'm not official. I'm not in that.
He's still in probation. Jack's on probation still.
Yeah.
But I really do. I mean, and I like to see them interact, and everybody does their show live from there. When and we're hoping next year you guys can come and do your show live from Lazonapalooza as well. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, and our goal since day one was, this is our weekend to control the internet. We're gonna hashtag the shit out of things, and Espinosa Cigars owns Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This year, since we couldn't do it, I reached out to you guys, and you guys all, and nobody gave it a second thought. Nobody went, well, let me get back to you. Absolutely. What day? So we've had coverage since Saturday till today. We have a little show tomorrow that leads us into our Lazonapalooza. I couldn't ask for any more coverage. If there's anybody out there who doesn't know about Lazonapalooza, they're not trying. they're not looking.
And we still get that guy.
And that guy's still up.
And we still get that guy.
Well, and it's good though, because you'll get somebody who's newer to the premium cigar culture, who maybe has had a few cigars over the last couple of years, but only recently maybe they're starting to get that their blood is starting to kind of boil with the cigar nerd culture a little bit, and when we've all been there when we really start to get into things and want to. Part of what comes along with that is we want to know more about people's stories. We want to know about your stories, the people who started these companies, the people who make the cigars, the people who sell the cigars, because that's one of the great things about the cigar culture. Everybody's got great stories, and there's something that makes it so much easier to share those stories and understand those stories sitting around smoking great cigars and eating great food and drinking great drinks. We have to do it virtually right now. It is what it is, but the culture doesn't change. And that's what I like about the fact that you guys are saying to hell with the fact that we can't actually all be in the same room. We're still going to do this event. We're still going to communicate with and we're still going to bond with our customers, because without them, we're just nothing.
Absolutely.
And you guys, you can tell that you guys really understand that, and that it's not just that you need your customers for business. You actually like your customers, and you care about, like you said, you care about people's stories. You see somebody that you haven't seen since, maybe you haven't seen them since Lazonapalooza last year, and you remember some story that somebody told you about their kid graduating, or
how's that butt rash going?
That butt rash.
Yeah.
Listen, I traveled about a month ago. I took a sales trip out to Portland, to Oregon.
Hecktober.
It was Hecktoberfest. I go to Portland, and then we do an event at a shop in Idaho called the Vault. Very cool shop in Idaho, at Boise. When I walk into the shop, which I'd never been into that shop before. As I'm introducing myself, the guy goes, "Man, you were so funny a couple of weeks ago on that show." I'm like, "You guys are watching, you're watching cigar media shows?" Yeah. And you know what? The more out there they are, the more nerdy they are. Yeah. And these guys, they were like, Eric likes to do events. He likes to do those big events where people, big crowds, as well as Jack, because they're big personalities. But I really enjoy those nerd shops, the ones where when you come into the shop and those guys are like, "All right, hey, tell me about that leaf." They want to dissect this. I really like that. And I definitely want to go to Kentucky, Curtis. Trust me. It is the number one spot on my list, because, I love people who don't use the letter G. I'm a big... I like, talking, smoking.
I'll tell you this: the funny thing, the great thing about Lazonapalooza, virtual Lazonapalooza, is unlike all the others that where it was invitation only, based on the guys hashtagging and posting our pictures, and we were monitoring all that, and we'd send out invitations, and it was basically invitation only. We put together some packages. We always offer them certain special swag or certain size cigars that they can get that they can't get anywhere else. But so this year we just packaged it all, and it was open to all. Anybody that wanted to, get one of these packages, and believe me, we were losing money on these packages. It's crazy the amount of stuff that Eric Jr. and the cigars that Hector was creating to put into these packages. That went out to these guys, but anybody, there was no invitation here. We opened up the website. Whoever bought a package was part of Lazonapalooza, and this is the first year it was not invitation only. And believe me, all these people that bought these packages, and they're going to have a quick shot into the next live Lazonapalooza. They're going to have a shortcut in. So we appreciate everything that and the Espinosa fans out there, we appreciate everything they do. And
listen, there are some Lazona guys who couldn't make it. Times are still tough for some people. There are people who are having tougher times. Do you think we're going to stop caring about those people? No, we're not. No, we're not going to stop caring. We're still talking to them. "Hey, man, I couldn't get a packet this year." I go, "Hey, bro, don't worry about it. We're going to see you, and first chance we get, we're going to go up there, and I'll save you a cigar." And you don't turn your backs on people now. Especially now, and that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
So I've got an idea for the next live Lazonapalooza. I'd like to hire somebody with cigars to follow Eric around and do an over/under contest on Bro.
I'd say that would be all. I mean, this person would have to be a trained statistician, because otherwise I don't know how they're going to be able to keep an accurate count.
The funny thing is, he doesn't say it as much as people think he says it.
Not anymore. He's on to it.
He's very conscious of it. So
he's conscious of it now. Yeah, he's conscious of it. Look, I do a couple of side bets. One of my side would be, how many cigars does he open, put in his mouth, maybe light, and then put somewhere and forget where he left it. That's one of that. I'd do that side bet. And I guess Jack would do the side bet of how many phone calls during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
insane.
I also like a prop bet for how long he'll keep a cigar in his mouth before he lights it. You know, because I've seen the man put a cigar in his mouth and like 45 minutes to an hour before he lights it.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You want to see me cringe when he grabs a Laranja and then he doesn't even. He just chews on it. I go, you couldn't have got a house cigar to chew on. You could have got a $10 cigar. Oh my God, you're killing me.
Get a segundo, bro. Get it. Don't.
Here. Here. Have one of these. This is a bundle. Smoke it. Chew on this. But I'll tell you, he really is the straw that stirs the drink for us.
Well, Quentin, we will be talking, brother. Maybe we'll get a bunch of side bets, and you can be our guy.
So what's one of the and you were talking about Jack. You mentioned the fact that these packages for these events that you guys put together, and it's so just on a normal day during the year, it's a lot of work to manage everything from the sales numbers to the distribution and all that stuff. And there are times that you have to roll up your sleeves, and basically it's kind of that idea that you should never really be in the mindset to say, well, that's not my job, because sometimes you just
we certainly don't do that.
Yeah, and you guys are not. I know the culture there at Espinosa is all hands on deck. Yeah, let's get this done. And when it comes to these packages, this is way above and beyond just a regular workday or a regular shipment or anything like that. It's a lot of work to put these packages together, but it's also, like you mentioned, this is not a money maker. This is a community builder, and I really appreciate that as a member of the cigar community, and from you don't see it very often, but yourself and a couple other companies do things like this throughout the year, where you want to take care of the customers who are your most loyal family members, your most loyal fans. And it's not really about the money. You do end up probably losing a little bit, but in the end, at the end of the year, what that does is it builds a loyalty for customers who actually, it goes beyond them just enjoying your cigars, which we do.
You can't put a price on good faith. And what you're building here, you can't put a price on that.
You really and that's why I think I applaud you guys for sticking with it, and still, even since it can't be a live event, doing a virtual event. So kind of walk us through how the event is going to start out online, and what people can expect to see and hear throughout the days as this event goes on.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, you guys had an idea about following Eric around and counting bros. How about you give us some ideas on this? Because
listen, when I think of tomorrow, the only word I can think of is chaos.
Mass confusion.
There's going to be mass confusion. And I'm not being.
Listen, it's all gonna go well. We know it's gonna go well.
Of course it will.
We're even if we have a problem, a lot of people won't know we have a problem. We'll improvise. It'll go well. It's a little bit less structured than I think Hector and I would have hoped it was at this point in the game. But we have a lot of guests coming on. We have a lot of different interactions with our, consumers that are going to be in the crowd there. But as far as structure, it's going to be organized chaos. I think.
Listen, so, he wants to do so many things. We even had to build in a component where after all the presenters have been on and all our guests have been on, we had to build a component for him so everybody can bum rush onto a Zoom so he can thank and say hi to every single person on there. And we're trying.
He can scat with the best of them, man, and he wants to get out there and just. Yeah.
Not me. I'm like, oh shit. You know what? We lost our internet connection. I'll see you guys tomorrow. He wants to do that, and one of the things that drives me a little nutty every year, and it's the same conversation, bro. We gotta do things to fill time here. No, we don't. You have no idea that when you're on a podcast, and now that we've been doing so many of them, how the time kind of flies by. you know, this guy goes long and that guy goes long, and then you get into a story, and next thing you know, you missed your mark, and he doesn't realize that we're going to run long on a lot of these things.
Mm-hmm.
But
the craziness about this was, you know, COVID is winding down, COVID spiking, COVID is winding down, COVID is spiking. So I know Skip and Roma had that Weasel Fest planned for early September. So we were kind of, you know, if they go through with it, do we have to go through with ours? Because we don't want to fill this place and become some super spreader event that all of a sudden they leave here and 25 people have COVID. Right. So it was like a split second decision from having the live event to now we have to turn the ship around and we're going virtual. And now we got to start creating packages. And I mean, the decision was made. And like a day later, we already had these dry erase boards with packages that we were putting together and bouncing ideas. It was insane. And then behind the scenes, you got the girls of Espinosa, Danielle and Christina and Sophia, who Sophia changed jobs the day before all the crap arrived for it to be packed up. So we were shorthanded, but Danielle, Christina, they kicked ass. They did an incredible job, Junior, putting these packages together. Eric, Hector, making sure these cigars made it from the factory during COVID. You know, your shipments are, believe me, we don't know until the day before that a shipment is coming.
Everything is taking twice as long.
Artwork, cigar that goes on the wall with the diamond package. That was a nightmare to do. I mean, some of these things, and it was all done within 2 months because we were still hedging on, can we do it live? Can we go? Can we do it? We were pushing to have it live, and then it just came to, you know, Weasel Fest is canceled. You know, the Big Smoke on Halloween is canceled. Everything is canceled. Everything. We can't do this. We can't do it. We have to like change course here. And it was craziness at Espinosa. And in the last 2 weeks when we were shipping out these, and then, you know, no matter how many times you tell 100 and 200, you think you're telling 200 people that the packages will begin shipping November 2nd.
When do they ship?
150 of them are sending Hector and I text messages, messenger messages, Facebook messages.
Yeah. We got you.
When are the packages shipping?
We got you guys. We got you.
We got you. We got you.
Got you. Trust me.
You know, the guy and then now they start shipping on November 2nd. And the guy in Fort Lauderdale got his package the next morning. And the guy in Walla Walla, Washington wants to know why the hell his package isn't there.
and you know what? I feel bad for the guy in Walla Walla.
And I feel bad for him, but you know once it leaves our warehouse, we have no control. So the people in Florida are going first, the East Coast, and it's going to go across the board. It's 6-7 days to get something out to Washington.
And you know what? It hurt I really felt bad for him because he goes, "Is there anything in the package that I need that I was really going to need to start the event tomorrow?" And I'm like, you know, your T-shirts and the cigars, but you know, he's going to be there tomorrow.
Everything,
everything. No, it's just the cigars mostly, but you know, but I'm sure.
If this is actually,
did we ever find out where his thing is? Did we find out?
It's been delayed, and he's got the tracking number, so I'm sure he's what time is it on the West Coast? It's like 6:30, 6:45. You know, he may have gotten it by now.
Hopefully it arrives. That's the only one that we've really had trouble with, but the logistics of this it's been insane. It's been insane putting this all together. And now once everything is shipped, all our eyes turn to building that studio that's going to house this event, that running wires and sticking wires, and you know, it's a spaghetti bowl of wires in that room right now, and you know, we hope it all works, and in the end, we're going to exhale and go, holy shit, it worked.
Yeah.
And we're never doing this again.
And next we don't want to do it again, and hopefully we won't be forced to.
Yeah. And 2 quick questions. What was your final package count? And if somebody wanted to get a package still, could they?
Unfortunately, no.
I think we ended up around 200. Around 200.
Yeah, it was in near 200. So,
and listen, we made one of those packages. We felt really bad. One of them, I mean, we talk about pretentious. We made that package. We're like, man, that's tough. These are tough times, you know.
It was the one that sold out immediately.
And that's the one that sold out immediately. So I mean, you know, and then Eric's like, I should have made $1,000 package. I go, yeah, you probably.
Yeah, Eric was like, I should have made a, you know, I'm like, dude,
Yeah, but
You know,
we're trying. We were
we
really
made
trying.
$28 on that package. It's not like
No, not really, because we had to ship it.
we had to ship it to Walla Walla, Washington.
But yeah, we really made an effort to to not be too hoity-toity, and that's the first package that went. That just shows you how, when it comes to cigars, sometimes guys, money's no object. Listen, as well as the cigar industry, some guys in the industry are doing with the penny boom. I mean, the liquor industry is killing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Limited bourbon, small batch, all exclusive stuff.
But again, most of these guys have their disposable income, and whatever they have it geared toward Lazonapalooza, and that's airfare. And so I think we underestimated the ability of them that it wouldn't be a problem. We worried. We said, we got a $150 package, we got a $300 package, and we got a $500 package. Holy shit, that might look bad. People might send us to hell. Dude, they almost sold out in a day. It was insane.
Insane.
Any international people?
Unfortunately, no.
We can't do that.
We can't. Look, the restrictions to Canada are just, especially with plain packaging right around the corner for them. We don't want any trouble. Not only do we not want to get any trouble, we don't want to get anybody in Canada in trouble. We feel bad, and I wish we had a conduit for them, but we don't. And we never want to turn anybody away, especially guys, because we do have fans in Canada. But just the logistics are just.
We did send one overseas to a military guy.
But that's easy, because that goes to an APO. That goes to an American Post Office, and that's.
By the way, happy Veterans Day.
Yeah,
happy Veterans Day.
Thank you very much.
Hector is the one in-person veteran I was able to thank today. Well, I did my job on Facebook of thanking the veterans for everything they've done, but in person, I got to shake Hector's hand.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
So I have to ask before we go to the next thing, but is this dude you're talking about actually in Walla Walla, Washington? Because
exactly. Yeah.
I think I know.
And let me tell you something. What a nice guy.
Is his name Derek?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No. I don't want to put his name out there, because this by no means was a shot. This is just we
weren't taking a shot at him.
No, it was the first. It's the last. We were still in the office at 6 o'clock trying to help him with this.
Listen, if the packages would have been ready, Hector would have hand delivered it 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I was in Washington. I would have done it. Listen, this guy was the nicest guy, and his message, hey, hopefully we'll get here. Let me know, and trust me, if he doesn't get his package by tomorrow and he gets it late, Hector will take care of it. Hector will ease his suffering somehow.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you were saying that people
bionic glove.
It kind of makes sense that people, because normally if somebody's going to go to Lazonapalooza, if there's somebody out of state, they're going to pay for a flight. They're going to maybe pay for a rental car, maybe a hotel room, maybe sleep on the street, whatever their thing is. But
I think some of them sleep in the warehouse, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys something that you guys don't know, because you haven't been down to Lazonapalooza. These guys come here, and then the amount of cigars they take back, because when they're not there, they're herfing somewhere, and they're going to Titán de Bronce, they're going to Caribbean, which is our home shop, they're going to the local shops, they're picking up stuff, because Miami really is, it's, I don't want to say it's a cigar capital of the world, but if you can't find it here, you're not looking. I mean, it's almost everything is here. So guys who don't have that kind of their stores might not be that rich in selection. They make a killing when they come down here. They and not just our stuff. I mean, listen, our guys. We know that the guys who smoke our cigars are part of this huge pie that they smoke several brands, and we're very proud to be a part of that conglomeration. So we're happy, bro. I'm telling you, it's everybody has a great time. And how people have not gotten smoked out while they're here is beyond me.
Oh, dude, we go noon to midnight, and then past midnight. But the official time is Thursday, Friday. It's like a noon to midnight thing. These guys have been drinking, smoking, and eating all day long, and most of them are the home hotel is the Holiday Inn, like less than a mile from Espinosa. Then they take over the parking garage at Espinosa when at the Holiday Inn when we shut down.
Well, 3 in the morning they're up there.
3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we are, heck, Eric and Junior are so connected with Hialeah Gardens, the police department and City Hall, that they came to kick them out one night, and they saw cigars and they said, "Are you guys have anything to do with Espinosa?" And they said, "Yeah, we're here for Lazonapalooza." And they said, "Don't worry, you guys are good. Hang out all night."
Wow. I love that.
That
was a little of that. A little of that.
Yeah.
Mr. Espinosa is going to pay me a visit if.
Are you a friend of his or are you a friend of ours?
Yeah, we don't want trouble from Mr. Espinosa.
But it is cool that because you miss out on the personal aspects, unfortunately, because you can't be in person at these events. But then, since people aren't paying for flights and all the other stuff, they have more money for cigars, and people are smoking more right now because
They sure are.
You know, a lot of people are working from home, and they can smoke in their home office or their garage or whatever it is. So they're just on a daily basis. You know, there's a lot of people in the premium cigar culture who are just smoking more cigars, and this gives them a chance to say, okay, I can't be with my friends in person. I can't go to Lazonapalooza and make new friends in person, but I can get one of these nice packages, and I can, have more cigars on hand, and even maybe go a little beyond what I normally would because I'm not paying for a hotel and a rental car and a flight. So that's a good thing. You see silver linings. It's all about silver linings.
By the way, Curtis and Chrissy are streaming this live into their shop in Kentucky.
I saw that.
So big shout out to them.
Thank you very much.
What's the name of your shop, guys? Let us know in the comments.
Executive Cigar.
Executive Cigars.
In
Simpsonville, Kentucky. They're streaming live at the Espinosa Lounge, and hopefully everybody there is watching and enjoying an Espinosa cigar and an adult beverage.
I'd like to tell you about a cigar we make for them called the Fight Club, or the first rule of Fight Club is
you don't talk about it.
Fight Club. Love it.
And by the way, Chrissy Crenshaw is her name. There is no name butchered more by Eric Espinosa than that poor woman's name.
No,
He's called her Chrissy Crenshaw on the podcast. It's
ridiculous.
Fantastic. We sit around and wait for him to fudge her name.
Does he pronounce it different every time?
Every time. It's an indictment on the American school system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us about the because you guys sent us some of these beautiful packs of cigars. Let's start out with the Wick, because the Wick is a super cool project with a very outspoken design scheme. So tell us about the Wick.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know that you don't know already?
Might as well not stop now.
Okay.
Tell us about the name and the design concept with the with the old middle finger.
It really does look like a middle finger, doesn't it? It kind of does look like a middle finger. I mean, that was just unintentional. I don't know how that happened. That was just serendipity.
It was supposed to be a wick.
It was supposed to be a wick.
It looks like a middle finger.
Oh, that's weird.
And I know you guys
is weird.
See, that's on me. I misinterpreted that. It's totally not a middle finger, but it does kind of look like it.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, our designer Anthony, shout out to him. Nice work on that.
Hector, by the way, there's going to be a GIF of that dance you just did that is going to be spread on social media.
Yeah, it's got to be good, baby. It's got to be good. Listen,
it was very Caddyshack. It was very
I'm all right.
Nobody worry about me. All right, so
kill all the gophers.
Kill all the gophers. All right,
You're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret, and I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. Eric, there's a cigar. There's a guy who has a cigar. Dave Groffel has a cigar up in a shop called Two Guys in New Hampshire, and he came out with a cigar called the Firecracker many years ago. At the same time that he came out with his cigar, he was making it at my father. Eric was still with EO. Eric was making his cigar there, and Pepin put a wick on our cigar, put a wick on his cigar, and
he thought he owned the wick,
and he thought he owned it. And he did not. And, Eric, being the guy that Eric is, Eric jumps on a plane, goes up there, talks to the guy, allegedly quashes it. And you don't hear about it for years because, let's be honest, when you're thinking 2008, 2009, what did you know about small releases from shops? The social media wasn't what it is now.
Right.
Okay? and the cigar media is not nearly as powerful and far-reaching as it is now back then. As a matter of
Coop
fact,
was a teenager.
yeah, Coop was only 60 back then. All right, so Aaron was not nearly as salty.
That was back before Coop could use his AARP card.
There you
That's when he wasn't smoking like this then. All right, so my point is that he thought that was his idea and whatever, he was going to own it, and unfortunately it's not, and you didn't hear about it. They're still laughing about what? Who are they laughing about?
Coop commented.
I heard that.
I think Richie's trying to get back on.
he's going through Coop's account. We love Coop.
He's at Starbucks.
We do. We love Coop.
We love
Starbucks.
Ricky's at Starbucks trying to get free Wi-Fi. All right. So anyway, long story short, for a couple of years went by, nothing happened. I think that he stopped making his cigar with my father, and then he turned to other manufacturers, even guys who were friends of ours, to make iterations of his cigar. But every time he releases it, he takes a cheap shot at us and, copycats. And I think he called us copycats and shit like that. And Eric is just, Eric has that street thing, and, but Eric is really sincerely a good guy, and he doesn't want any trouble. And he's not, he doesn't want to.
Year after year, there's a shot.
He wants to take the high road, and year after year. But I luckily don't have that. I have a certain moral flexibility about these things. So if you take a shot at me or my guy or guys like Eric, that that I'm ride or die with that guy. That guy brought me into the cigar industry. So eventually, it just got too much, and we figured the best way to respond without getting in anybody's face and making it ugly, making an ugly scene, is just to release a cigar with a really big ass wick as a message to them that the wick belongs to no one. Viaje has a cigar with a wick. There's a couple other manufacturers that have cigars with wicks. Why do you have to keep bringing our name up? And I think the smartest thing he can do is get our name out of his mouth, and we can live happily ever after. That's probably the best for him.
So I'm just going to showcase these beauties here.
Nice long wick.
Nice long wick.
You have 5 Habano, you have 5 Mexican. The dark one has a Connecticut wick. The Habano has a Mexican wick. Those are not La Bomba blends. Those are different blends. There's a brand new blend that we use for that cigar. And you know what? We don't know if you'll see the wick again. You may only see it at Lazonapalooza, or you may see it every time that somebody forgets wants to get a little crazy and mention us again. So that's what's up.
And tell us about this nice, beautiful new iteration of the Warzone.
Because I'm loving it.
I love it. And you know what? I'm smoking mine, and there's 105% humidity here in Miami right now because it hasn't stopped raining for like 3 weeks, but it tastes delicious. Look, the Warzone was a joint project, a collaboration that we did with General Mills here.
Hold on 1 second, please.
Wait a minute. We may be able to help you with this. Hold on. We don't mind if we parlay for a second, do you?
Parlay.
Absolutely, man.
God, I've been summoned.
Oh,
Hey,
so if you wanted to know about Warzone, there you go, sir.
Hold on 1 sec. Sorry, sir, but could I see your ID?
Yeah. and your last 3 COVID tests. If we
I was
could,
giving myself a hard time about the beard last time, and I shaved right before I came down here. Golly.
Justin, how's it going, brother?
It's going, man. I came down here to Miami for some sun and fun, and it's raining and cloudy, and Jack took me to go get some pho and the spice. I don't have indigestion for 3 days.
Hell yeah.
That's the good stuff right there. So give us the lowdown on this beautiful new box press Warzone.
Ooh, man, it's it's funny. I get so excited about all these cigars, but this one, man, I haven't been this excited for a cigar in a while. This soft press is cool. It's badass. The we smoke so many cigars, and obviously we can get into the flavor and the first third and the dimensions, but just from a hand feel and a mouth feel, it is it is pretty fantastic.
I could not agree more. Just this first third, the flavor is decadent.
Decadent.
It
Ooh.
really is.
Listen,
Um,
that size, that I love that size. I
It
want
is.
that on my epitaph, 6.5 by 48. That's my size, buddy.
And you know what's crazy is Churchills, they're not as popular as they used to be.
Right.
And but something like this, man, I want so many people to smoke this cigar because I think a lot of people that have moved away from that Churchill size would smoke this and really enjoy it because it's a packed smoke and it'll give you the right amount of smoking time, but it just the feel of it in your hand and the way it smokes, it feels almost like a nice Toro size.
It really does, and it is a perfect draw. It, when you match up with a cigar that smokes at the speed you like to smoke, that's one of the things I really love about a cigar that you connect with. One that you can even put down for a minute, pick it back up, and start smoking it without having to relight it. The construction has been fantastic. Haven't had to touch this up at all. So not only are the flavors great, the construction is great. For a box press, every once in a while you get a box press. We talked about this last night on the show too, where it's just a little too loose, but construction is perfect on this. So great job on the cigar, guys. It's really fantastic.
Well, I appreciate it. I blended it and quality controlled, and Hector designed the label, so we make a really good team there.
Yeah. That's how it works.
And we let Eric and Jack smoke them occasionally. So.
And when are they available?
They will go on sale nationwide on Monday, the 16th. So we're still now going on sale and shipping out are two different things. So we're still working out some details on the shipping, but yeah, this is the big announcement week, and we're hoping everybody will get out and be able to place their orders here starting on the 16th.
Yeah, shipping is a bitch right now. We understand that, and I know your retail partners understand that too. It's everybody's just going through some stuff right now, so you do the best you can. And we know that. Shout out to Burn Premium Cigar Specialist here in the Minneapolis St. Paul area. They are an Espinosa Lounge, so I find it very hard to believe that they're not going to have this new Warzone on their shelf as well. So looking forward to and firing this one up here. But that's the shop in Minnesota. There are other shops in the area that definitely carry Espinosa cigars. But if you're in the Minneapolis St. Paul area and want to find a really tremendous selection of really the whole portfolio of Espinosa stuff, you'll find it at Burn. Absolutely.
Yep.
And I'm just killing this 601 Black right now. I'm absolutely in love with it.
I actually just finished that cigar. That's a great smoke.
And what are you smoking now, Justin?
I'm smoking the wasabi.
Oh,
Wasabi. That goes nicely with your palate that's still wrecked from spicy pho.
Yeah, it's a nice palate cleanser for sure.
Yeah.
So nothing like eating spicy pho and then washing it down with some bourbon and smoking a wasabi. So
That's right.
all right. Now, how do you do your pho?
So I did I actually went with Hector's recommendation tonight through Jack. We both ordered. Jack, what did we order? It was the
Sliced beef.
Sliced beef with the meatballs.
The steak and meatballs.
That's good.
Okay.
Shit right there.
And then do you add the basil and the jalapenos?
Basil,
Poison.
jalapenos. So I was just about to dump the little spicy mix of sauce in there, and the server comes by and goes, "Hey, just add a little bit, stir it in, this and that." And the guy walks away, and Jack goes, "He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about." And we just start dumping shit in there. And then come to find out, he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He's sitting in his house now going, I hope his ass explodes.
Man, I had puddles of sweat sitting there. So yeah, we didn't follow the just add a little bit at a time and stir it in. So
Justin, are you going to be peeking in and saying hello from time to time during Lazonapalooza online?
I will. I plan to crash a few of the virtual events there. So yeah, it should be a fun time. It's different, doing everything virtually now. I'm used to a packed house in there and the clouds of smoke. So it'll be an adjustment. But the food is good. The people are good. We'll be able to say our piece and have a good time.
I love Richie's comment. That's why Jack's in the bathroom right now.
He looked pretty urgent when he called me over. So I've seen that look before.
It's tag team. He's like, Justin, go in for me for a minute. I'm getting my ass kicked out there.
Like Jack heard us talking about him. Now he's back. So yeah. So that's my 15 seconds. That's all I'm allowed to do these days is pop in from time to time. So.
Thank you, Justin, brother. Take care.
Thank you,
all right, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive. Anything else you want to know?
Wouldn't it have been crazy if I got up and Garofalo sat here?
It would have been really great had he sat with Charlie Minato on his lap. That'd have been even better.
Yeah. So Curtis has got a question for you, Hector.
Curtis wants you to tell us the original name for the wasabi.
All right. Well, when as all things Espinosa, when we go to Nicaragua or when I go to Nicaragua to go work on something, it's because we have a plan. A couple of years ago, it was to make crema, to make a Connecticut, and I ended up making 4 Connecticut's for the 3 other companies that we were making cigars for. And about 5 years ago, I want to say pickle juice was about 4 or 5 years ago. Danny Moya had an idea to do a cigar called pickle juice. He had the packaging and the concept down, but he didn't have the cigar. So I go to Nicaragua and I make a couple of I make 3 Candela blends. And I haven't smoked a lot. I haven't smoked any Candela probably since the early 90s when I was a member of the Thompson Cigar Club. And I used to get 40 cigars a month from Thompson's for like $8,
Yeah. The iguana?
They were, I don't remember what they were like. They were in a sampler box, and and there were some were Connecticut, some were Habanos, some were Candela, some were Maduro. So I make these blends, and I know the palate. I know what Danny wants. Danny and Nelson, they want a spicier, stronger cigar. So I had we made the pickle juice for them, but when I made the wasabi, I said, man, this doesn't taste like Candela at all. I think Eric might actually like that. And then to throw, to make it interesting, we put a little foreskin on it. We put a little Habano foreskin on the tip of that Candela. And we had an original name. The original name that we wanted to call the cigar was Kermit's Johnson, but we did not want to get sued by the Children's Television Network. So we did.
Sorry. Oh.
The Children's Television Workshop. I'm sorry. We didn't want to get sued by the Muppets. Just my luck, I'm at home and Elmo's on the door pissed off about shit, So we wanted to give it a name. We wanted to give it a name because it did have a little bit of a spice, not as much as the pickle juice. So we just like the name wasabi. And you know what? We've noticed in this industry, anytime you give anything a name that has any kind of food connotation or spice connotation, guys smoke it and tell you they taste it. I can't tell you how many guys walked up to me after L'Orange and said, man, I taste citrus. Is there any citrus notes in here? I go, I think the guy who carried the cigars had an orange juice that morning. There is no, I don't taste any citrus, but the mind plays tricks. Suggestion is incredible. And you know what? There are guys who smoke the wasabi and say that they taste wasabi. You know what? I don't care. You can taste whatever you want it to taste. We're never going to make a cigar called Taint, so you don't have to worry about that. So that wasabi, that's where the name came from. And with the packaging was very was very dojo inspired because of we had just done the Chinese finger trap and we liked the name. We thought the name was very cool. I mean, it was always going to be our cigar. And believe it or not, after we did that, Eric came back with a Corona. He liked it so much that we made it in a Corona size, and it sells. I'm telling you, for a Candela, it sells very well. But I'll tell you what, to make a Candela, I had to smoke all the Candela I can find, and there's 3 or 4 very good Candelas, but there's a lot of bad Candela out there.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of bad Candela out there, and I'm glad. I'm happy to say that I think ours is on the top on the top of the upper echelon there of the Candelas.
Please make a taint or a dark star. Either one of those, either a taint or a dark star.
Right now we're working on the Cleveland Steamer, so as soon as we're done,
Okay, that'll work. Yeah,
The Swass.
the New Jersey
Yes!
the New Jersey meat hook. We're working on that one.
Alabama Hot Pocket.
Alabama Hot Pocket.
You guys are pretty dirty, bro. I ain't gonna tell nobody. You guys are bad. Bro. You guys are. I'm trying to be all professional and shit over here, and you guys are taking me down the road. And Jack's dying to get out. Jack's trying to get out like.
I'm so happy you didn't call it Kermit's Johnson.
Oh yeah, I mean, trust me, Kermit Johnson was a great name.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, but you don't want to mess with the children's television workshop, man. Those there's a lot of money on Sesame Street, buddy. I'm not messing with those guys.
Mm.
All right. So, is there?
Boy, you
Are
guys
there
are
gonna be
prepared
some-
to Jekyll and Jekyll.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about now?
You
Are we
We
on?
really a lot to our guests. So what do you
Are
want
we
to talk about now?
Are we on?
you remember that time you remember that time you made that cigar? That was awesome.
Hey, remember that time we went to that place and we did that thing?
I knew when he was
That was a
covering
good
his face
time.
with the glass that we were in trouble.
You remember that time you went on that cigar show? That was awesome.
Cool.
That was
That was
awesome. That was- Good times. Good
That
times.
was a good time.
Good times. Sweaty balls.
So we're oh god. Oh. Quentin has a suggestion for a cigar name.
That's subtle.
Very subtle.
That'll probably be his project.
Oh,
That's the event only.
event only.
Wait, Quentin
Our backdoor cigar.
doesn't mince words. He just call it the clock. I got a great idea. The cock.
Make a cigar called the gag reflex.
Okay.
Anyway, so throughout the few days of the events, there's going to be some for the people who are attending, there's going to be some cool stuff going on online. Like you're going to be giving some stuff away and having some special guests and stuff like that come on. Is that the case?
That's
That is the case. And bingo with Jack.
Right.
No way.
Ooh.
Yeah, we sent a bingo card to every package holder. And you know how people like to hold their
All the
package.
packages, yep. We're trying to get Joe Exotic on Friday. If we can get Joe Exotic, then we're gonna rule the internet for a month.
That bitch, Carol Baskins.
All right. So, and what time?
That's deteriorated into whatever. This
Well,
yeah.
What? So is it noon Eastern time tomorrow that
Oh
everything?
no.
no, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
10 a.m.
Wait a minute.
We've been talking about the show for an hour and 20 minutes. Is it at noon tomorrow?
The festivities start at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
We're scheduled to go to 10.
All right.
As soon as we get all of our guests through and everybody talks and everybody does their spiel and
I'll tell you what the problem is. We have slated Juan Cancel and Kevin Cathan at 9:30 p.m. So the chances of us getting off at
10, that's not happening.
and then after them, or maybe even while they're on, we're going to unlock the Zoom room to all of the guys who are been watching on Facebook Live, and they can come on. And Eric gets to do his, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? And because that's what he wants to do, and I understand why he wants to do it, because he wants to keep, he wants to not lose that that
He's
personal.
running for the mayor of Hialeah.
He'll win. He's the mayor of Cigar Town. He's going to win. I mean, who's going to beat him for the mayor of Cigar Town?
Well, and before we forget, Ben Holt says you owe him $50, Hector.
Oh, that's right. We had Ben Holt on last night. He said, "Hey, by the way, tell Hector he owes me $50."
Did I make a bet? I hardly ever bet with anybody. What was the bet?
No, he said he doesn't. There's no bet. You just owe him $50.
I'm going to have to call Ben.
All right,
maybe I can get Quentin to pay him in flesh. I don't know.
it's going to take a lot.
I'm going to see. Well, not really. At $2 a pound. I mean, you know.
Oh man,
I got to call Ben Holt. I love Ben Holt. He is what a super guy he is.
yeah, great dude.
Oh yeah.
We talked a lot about it was the Marine Corps birthday yesterday, so we talked a lot
Semper
about
Fi.
the Marines.
Yep.
So okay, let's go off into left field a little bit here. So
Let's bring it down.
Because we haven't done that.
because we everything's been so like even keel this whole time.
Let's slow it down.
If you could bring back any fashion trend from the past, what would it be?
Bell bottoms.
You would want to bring that back?
No, I just want to see other people wear them.
Now, there's bell bottoms and there's elephant bells.
Yeah.
Jackie's showing his age there. I don't remember elephant bells.
How about you, Jack?
Nick shirts. None of you know what that is.
I got nothing on that.
I got nothing.
NIK. There were shirts back in the 70s called Nicks, and they had all this artwork on them. It looked like you were tattooed, and really it was like a members only jacket. Your status was how many shirts you had, how many different members only jackets. That was the excitement back then. I would never, ever want to bring back either one of those things. I'm joking, but I knew none of you would know what a Nick was.
You mean like a clothing style, or like or just something?
I miss the Ooh La La Sassoon commercials.
And I'm going to tell you, I miss feathered hair, like Blair from Facts of Life. I miss that. Girls.
Farrah Fawcett.
You used to have feathered hair?
I had hair. I can't remember when, but
Was it feathered?
No. No feathering. But I really did like that. I always thought those girls from the 80s, like Heather Locklear with on
Are you talking men's fashion or women's fashion?
I don't know. Either. But men's fashions really haven't changed.
I think that the hipsters have brought back all those trends. There it is. There's the Nick.
There's a Nick shirt. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
With the high-rise pants.
Look at those Sansa belt pants, my friend.
yeah.
Look at the hat on the cat in the yellow pants.
The hat with the feather.
Huggy bear.
He needs a little more taco meat, though.
That's like Antonio fucking Vargas. Look at that. That is awesome.
And I'll let you in a little secret because you'll never find a picture. I used to dress like that.
Oh, and they had ladies' Nick shirts too. Look at that.
Not a natural fiber anywhere on any of the.
That's a imported Italian nylon.
You put on a Nick and you dabbed on that Paco Rabanne. You were in.
That's awful. I never want to see that again.
Oh, that's bad. All right, so what's my next question?
Oh yeah.
Where
Teenage right here.
Oh yeah. So
Teenage.
who was no. Easy, Jack.
We're out.
The answer Tracy Lords. No?
Who was your childhood or teenage celebrity crush?
Oh.
Valerie Bertinelli.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
From One Day at a Time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eddie Van Halen. Boy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good one. That's that whole One Day at a Time thing. I like that.
Yeah.
I had a huge crush on Diana Canova, and Diana Canova was on the show Soap.
Yes.
She was on the TV show Soap. I had a huge crush on her.
I had a thing for Magnum PI.
I had a thing for the guy with the dogs.
That Beretta was hot.
All right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. All right. If you could add any person to Mount Rushmore, who would it be?
Richie Otero.
I'd like to add on that. It has to be with this face.
R, 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 R. Can you hear me? R, R.
If I could add anybody to Mount Rushmore,
And it doesn't have to be a president.
oh well, hell, then no. To me, it'd have to be a president. I'd have to add the Gipper. I was a huge fan of the Gipper.
Yeah.
Eric would add Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Yeah, Eric would add Pete Rose. You gotta consider Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
In Miami, we'd put Dan Marino.
Dan Marino, we did. But it would be more like a sandcastle if it was Miami. It would be
Yeah.
yeah. No, if it was going to be a president, I got to put Ronald Reagan on there.
Well, and Ben Holt last night said Dave Chappelle.
Wow.
His monologue last Saturday was epic.
Oh my God.
That was insane. It was. I
That
love
was
it.
epic.
I did
That
too.
was epic.
I don't know what he's smoking, but I want some of that.
I do too.
You got any freebase? I don't know why. I'm telling you, that guy, he was out of his mind on Saturday night.
He is so good.
Well, so how about you guys? Who'd you put on Mount Rushmore? You guys have had time to think about that answer.
Yeah, that one we didn't do.
Yeah, well, I don't. I mean, the first person that comes to mind is
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 forgotten.
that guy? Hey,
Yeah.
Jack, remember the time we asked him?
Remember that guy?
Remember that time on Mount Rushmore? Remember that guy? Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to go through eras.
Peter
You know-
Cetera.
Peter Cetera.
I am a man who will fight for
Chicago, baby. Chicago, baby.
That's the band I've seen live more than any other band.
Man that brought down Chicago. Once you got into those love songs, it was over for them.
love song. Nothing but
Oh
love
my
song.
God.
Nothing but love songs.
Chicago was one of my first favorite bands.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And then they turned it over to Peter Cetera, and it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Here's another good one.
Richard Marx. Richie says Richard Marx.
That's
Or
'cause
it's feathered hair. It's the feathered hair.
Yeah.
It is the feather hair. Or how about Nelson? The Nelson twins?
I can't live without my comb and my hairspray. Yeah, I remember that. It's me. Matt wants me on Mount Rushmore, shirtless. Nice. Can you imagine that nipple on the side of a mountain?
Do they have enough rock?
Ooh, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. No, I
The Rock?
wouldn't want him. I wouldn't
The
want
Rock
him
on the Rock. So human.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore. I mean, yeah, Reagan. I like Reagan a lot. I don't know. I really don't know.
I would for real, my for real answer for Mount Rushmore would be Jim Thorpe.
wow.
Native American, Olympian, football
Yep.
player, stripped of his medals.
Yep.
Yeah. It's quite a story.
You got to consider Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, but you have to be on each side of the mountain. You have the before and after the Bruce Jenner. I'm thinking, I don't know.
Olympian Jim Thorpe. Nice.
Nice,
Good one.
nice reach, Matt. Nice reach.
Yeah.
Nice
Well,
reach.
that's Garrett. Which
I'm sorry, Garrett. Nice reach.
All good, brother.
so which if you could choose a band or an artist to play live at your funeral, who would it be?
Depeche Mode.
Oh,
That's good.
Oh, this is so simple. What are funerals?
Wow.
Funerals are sad, right?
who?
Funerals are usually very sad, right?
Right.
Who's the king of mope? I'd have Morrissey sing at my funeral, man. How
Morrissey.
sad. And because Jack would leave. No, Jack
Yeah,
wouldn't stay. Jack wouldn't, but I'd
back
make
from the
Jack
dead.
is a pallbearer.
That voice will bring somebody back from the dead.
Don't mess with the Maz, bro. You don't know
No.
anything about the Maz. Leave the Maz alone. All right. He's taking care of his body, unlike David Galan, who tried to kill himself 4 or 5 times. Can't get that shit right. All right. Fucking quitter.
Who would you have, Garrett?
Dead or alive? If I could do dead or alive,
Dead
I
or
would
alive?
do Otis Redding. No. I'm saying any artist.
Oh, I thought you meant the band Dead or Alive.
No,
The one-hit wonder.
no, it would be Otis. It would be Otis Redding.
2-hit wonders, Garrett. Matt. 2-hit wonders.
Oh yeah, two. Yeah.
Yeah. Brand new lover and round. Spin me round. All right, come
Yeah.
on.
I don't want technicalities here, but Otis Redding is not a band.
Yeah. He could be an artist. It could be an individual.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay. Well, Maz is not a band.
Marvin Gaye then.
Marvin Gaye. Yeah.
Nobody alive, obviously. All right. So
No, I don't want anybody. Well, Depeche
If,
Mode is
if,
still alive.
if we're current and they needed to be alive, gosh, probably somebody
He's
like
the man that has Bieber fever.
Beaver Fever, baby. And look, and I heard Jessica. Is it Jessica Simpson? Jessica Simpson.
Jerome says Hector would want Eric Espinosa singing at his funeral.
Oh my God, that's
Milli Vanilli. That's good.
oh my God, bro. Oh,
Spice Girls.
I love him, bro. We
Spice
love him
Girls.
to death, but he really thinks he can sing. That's tough. That's tough, man. And you guys are gonna get to hear brand new songs by new covers. New covers by Espinosa.
You know, he's transitioning into the Peterson. He's doing love songs now.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's tough.
got to hear those long, drawn-out notes.
How about you, Matt?
I can't wait to hear him sing
Colleen Espinosa.
"Killing Me Softly." I can't wait to hear that.
For me, it's Tower of Power.
Strum in my face.
Nice.
Yeah. Tower of Power. The
Get a nice funky funeral going there, buddy.
Yep. That's what I want. I want people smoking cigars and drinking and dancing and having fun at my funeral. That's what I want.
Yeah, that George Clinton.
Yeah.
What is the guy? Oh, you know what you could have? You could have Sly and the Family Stone. I mean, the Family Stone will make it. Sly might not make it. The Family Stone will be there. A lot of confidence.
Tear the roof off. We ought to tear the roof off the motherfucker.
Who was a famous, notable celebrity person that you've met in your life?
Paul McCartney.
Jack, you met Paul McCartney?
I met Paul McCartney. I threw a
Nice.
football with Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I threw a football with Paul McCartney. I had
Holy shit.
my brother's a musician. His Hamish Stewart, the guitar player for the Average White Band, ended up playing in my brother's band after the Average White Band. And then Hamish went on to become Paul McCartney's guitar player for one of the tours in the early 90s. So we had incredible access and backstage passes. And when they came here to Miami, we were backstage with Paul McCartney and the band. And it was me, my brother, a good friend of mine, Carlos, and the band. No one else was backstage. At one point, I was sitting there. One of my brother's clients, we're in the jingle business, gave him the Complete Beatles, the book, in hopes that he could get McCartney to autograph it. And I was sitting on a couch, and I'm thumbing through this book, and somebody sits on the armrest of the couch, and I look up, and it's McCartney. And I'm like, I just didn't know how to react. And he starts telling me how that book is the best told story of the Beatles. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And then the owner of the Dolphins comes in with a Merino jersey and a football to give to McCartney before they go on stage. And McCartney, they leave, and McCartney turns and starts playing catch with me and with throwing me the football, and I'm throwing back to McCartney. I'm like, "Is no one here have a fucking camera?"
Oh my god.
There were no camera phones back then. But I got him to sign this incredible. We spent the whole weekend with that band. It's surreal to think back on it. So McCartney, by far, the biggest celebrity I've ever met.
Wow. That's listen, I've never met.
Top that, Hector.
I did coke with Emo Phillips in a club once. No, actually,
there's a reason Hector went that way, and that's another story.
Listen, I've never met anybody famous. I guess I have a near famous story. I worked in robbery from 1996 to 2000, and next door in homicide, Kevin Bacon was next door in homicide. because they were filming a movie called Wild Orchids or Wild something where Ned Campbell's in it. There's I can't think what I think it's a Wild Things or Wild Orchid or something like that. So the guy comes over and goes, "Hey, Kevin Bacon's next door. You want to come meet him?" And being the smart ass that I am, I said, "No, tell him I'm trying to keep my 6 degrees of separation." So he leaves, and a few minutes later, I go to lunch, and Kevin Bacon came into the. He told Kevin Bacon what I said. Kevin Bacon came into the office. I wasn't there and left a note. That's pretty funny, Kevin Bacon. So and 6 degrees is a drinking game. It's like every actor is supposed to be connected to Kevin Bacon by 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I've never met anybody famous. Eric has sat next to Pete Rose on a plane. Can you imagine what they would have had to stop that flight in Atlanta and get me off that plane? I would have had Pete Rose crazy on that fucking plane. I would have. Hey, tell me about the time you beat up Bud Harrelson.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody super famous like that. So.
Oh wow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is mine. I was working at the Mall of America when the Mall of America was just opening.
Here in Hialeah, in Flagler? Oh, the one up there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The real one.
And they were filming Jingle All the Way.
I love that movie.
And I was sitting outside smoking a little shorty, and he comes out of a Suburban with a Cuban in his mouth. And
Girl,
I was like, wow. And
Smoking a little shorty, euphemism for something.
not that. No, I was sober by that time.
it's Minnesota, not Colorado. All right,
okay.
But no, I came, over and shook my hand, and
He told you he'd be
a
back.
few.
Did he say I'll be back? Not a bit off.
No, that was it. And
I'll be
walked in, and this was before camera phones and all that too. So this was the mid '90s.
Nice.
Mine was Dizzy Gillespie.
Wow.
I went to see him in Indianapolis in 1989 or something like that with my brother. And after the show was over, we go to the backstage door and we walk up and said, "Is there any chance we could meet the man?" And guy's like, "Yeah, come on back." And we go back, and it's just my brother and I and Dizzy and a couple of his guys in this dressing room. And he talked to us for a good 15-20 minutes, and just one of the coolest guys ever. And his hands were friggin' enormous. His hands are like catcher's mitts, just massive hands on the dude. And he reaches out to shake my hand, which I was, 18, 19 years old at the time, shakes my hand and autographed my program and talked to us for a while. It was great. Just phenomenal.
That's fun.
That is cool.
All right, so
Legendary.
last one. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Pepe Le Pew.
Nice.
Le Pew.
It's an interesting choice.
That is.
Even though he's got the gay thing going, they do say he's gay.
Oh, is that? Do they say that?
Yeah.
He was always after the ladies. He was
Apparently, one of the ones he was after was not a lady.
Oh, okay.
They go back and look at that. They're interpreting it a completely different way. And poor Pepe got a bum rap there, man. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Hector, what about you?
Cartoon character. Wow.
Hector strikes me as a Tasmanian devil guy.
Actually, you know what? I used to love the Bugs Bunny cartoons, but as much as I loved Bugs Bunny, there was a character. It was the dog that took care of the field. He'd punch a clock.
Yes.
Take care of the field, and then the coyote would punch a clock and try to get.
Yep.
I always thought that guy was cool. We'd have nothing to, I could relate to that guy.
So if Hector was a cartoon, and Hector will answer this immediately, if Hector was a cartoon character, who would it be? You just saw it, Hector.
Foghorn Leghorn.
No, but a great one. I loved Foghorn Leghorn.
I'm gonna say
Hector is 100% Cartman.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
That Cartman pandemic skit was one of the funniest things I had ever.
His COVID song was Hector.
With the 6-foot stick, and he's hey, back up, lady. You know,
I haven't seen it.
That's pretty damn funny.
That's really good.
He's pretty on. You're pretty on there, Jack. I can't fuck with you on that one. You got me there.
I'd probably be like Archer.
Oh, Archer. I've only seen a couple episodes of Archer. It's pretty
Very funny. Very funny.
Yeah, I'd go Archer.
Curtis stole my answer. Jessica Rabbit, baby.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
yeah.
She's really ugly in person.
On a very special Frasier.
On a very special Fraser.
Cogswell
from the Jetsons.
That's a deep track.
That
man.
is a deep
Isn't
track.
that the boss?
Yeah, Cogswell Cogs.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Slate. He's the one who looks like Mr.
Cooper reminds me of Tennessee Tuxedo.
Tennessee Tuxedo. Phineas J. Whoopi, you're the greatest.
That's right.
Son!
Oh man. All right. So let me get down here to our closing stuff here. So guys, thank you very much for giving us some time this evening. I appreciate you giving us the lowdown on everything that's going on with Lazonapalooza. We wish you the absolute best. I hope the event is a smash success. We just want you guys to continue doing what you're doing and build these relationships with your consumers. And
if you're inclined to do so, say a prayer for us, please.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what religion. Doesn't matter. Align your chakras.
Go out the carpet and face whatever direction you need to face. And
sacrifice an animal, whatever you got to do. Just
So for as a reminder, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern time is when the attendees can log on and start seeing all the festivities and participating.
I'm sure there will be people already joined the group, so they're waiting. They're already waiting on the page. So it'll be cool. It's going to be very exciting.
It's like getting the first spot in line for Manilow tickets.
Or government cheese. One of the two. It's something like that.
Don't knock the Manilow.
Don't knock the Fanalos. They're big fans.
That's right. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next week for our viewers and listeners, Tuesday night we're going to talk to Robert Holt from Southern Draw Cigars. So be on the lookout for that. Posting is going to come up very soon, so you'll be able to set a reminder. Make sure you don't miss that episode. Thank you guys.
Our apologies to Richie Otero. We've run out of time.
Yeah, sorry, Richie.
You have to Matt Damon him. You have to Matt Damon him tonight. You couldn't get him on. We really. I said at the beginning of the hour, at the beginning of the show, I'll tell you again. I really appreciate you guys, adjusting your schedule to fit ours and helping us take over the week and reaching out to all the different media guys as listeners. And you guys are great, and I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the smokes and next year in Miami, right? 2021, God willing, All right, my friends. Thanks for having us, man. We're super happy, and I thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. Jack appreciates it, and Eric obviously appreciates it, and Richie would tell you he appreciates it, but.
So guys, be sure to follow Espinosa Cigars on all the social media platforms. Follow us on social media as well at HBT Cigars, and look us up on the website howaboutthatcigar.com. And until we see you guys next time, burn cigars,
not bridges.
See you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.